Hello, my name is Summer. I've never made a video like this before, but I happen to be home alone tonight. My husband's out with his friends, and I live in Texas, and there's just a torrential downpour outside. I've already heard from friends that there's baseball-sized hail coming down in other parts of our county, and I wish my husband was on his way home, but he's having a good time, and I want him to. But just sitting here thinking about how most of my life I was just petrified of storms. And I grew up in the South, so there would be tornado warnings or, hurricanes on the coast. And I would just lay awake at night and plan how I was going to preserve my life, whether it was crawling under the bed or getting in the bathtub with a mattress. Or I remember at one point I had a tire in my closet. I don't remember why, but I knew that like lightning wouldn't strike a rubber. I don't know if that's true, but I used to think it was. So I would like keep the tire really close to me while I slept. So yeah, fear. It wasn't like storms were the only thing I was afraid of, but it was one of the big ones. So anyway, being home alone tonight in this like huge storm that's supposed to go on all night. Like I think Weather Channel said 1 o'clock is the last time we'll hear thunder. So it's like 10 o'clock now. I have a long way to go. But anyway, I was sitting on the couch and just felt this enormous amount of peace and wanted to take time to read my Bible. And I'm kind of going through the Passion Translation right now. And if you haven't heard of it, it's really, really amazing. I kind of read it as a supplement to my regular Bible, which I like New Living Translation, but the Passion Translation is really great. And yeah, if I'm looking for comfort or just need a word from the Lord, I can go there, and it just feels like God's talking to me in a way I can understand. And it's also really beautiful. It's like poetry almost, the way Brian writes it. So, or Dr. Simmons, that's probably what he prefers to go by. But I feel like I know him because I've been reading the Passion Translation for so long. Anyway, I was reading tonight in Psalm 46 at the end, and it says to surrender your anxiety, be silent and stop your striving, and what you will see that I am God. And I was just thinking about, how I struggled with fear for so long, even being medicated for it. I was on Zoloft for almost 10 years to keep me. That was so funny. I was just telling you how I'm not afraid because my husband's gone, and he just called and interrupted the video to say he's coming home because the storm is so bad he doesn't want to be stuck at a friend's house all night. But anyway, I was saying that I've struggled with fear my entire life, and I was just sitting on the couch thinking, wow, like I am free from this. And people need to know that you can be free from anxiety and fear. It was a long road, and gosh, I know how it feels to like feel so paralyzed that you can't go in public or you can't go to school. I mean, I can remember in college watching this video and just being so overcome with fear. We were watching it on the Children of Sudan, and I just started weeping in class and ran like I was that person. And I just went and like crawled in a ball on the floor in a public bathroom and just wept because I just couldn't control myself when the panic attack came. So anyway, if you want to know what helped me more than anything, it was literally being still and knowing that God is God and surrendering that anxiety. When you know who God is and you know that he's so much bigger, than the universe, that he just like holds us in the palm of his hand. It's like the only response is just to surrender, just to give all of that fear away to him. And even tonight when the thunder started roaring and I could hear, the branches hitting my house, I was like, what am I gonna change by worrying? What can I change? You just sitting on the couch just thinking, how much worse is this storm gonna get? Nothing. I can't change anything by worrying. But when I think about how good God is and that he's in control and that he is high above it all and he controls the nations, I just think I can just find my peace. And I don't want you to think that there was a light bulb moment where I got this. It wasn't. It was a process. And it was, I had counseling at the church, not like a licensed psychologist, but I had a counselor at the church who took me through forgiveness and prayed over me. And it worked. It gave me a lot of relief and brought peace. But over time, I've still had to contend for freedom. It's not like it just came and all of a sudden I didn't have to fight anymore. It's like, no, I have to make a decision when fear knocks on the door, when it's storming like this outside, that I'm going to rest in who God is and who he says I am as his child, and before the storm started, I began praying and I said, you're not going to cause any damage to my house, and my house is surrounded by angels, and I prayed protection over our home, and I have that authority as his child. And so process. It's not just overnight. Even before bed tonight, my daughter had a fever, and like the mother's heart's like, oh, I wish I could make it better. I wish I could make it go away. I prayed for her. I took authority over the sickness, and I'm believing that she's gonna wake up better tomorrow. But I was still felt that, like your heartbeat starts going, and you're scared, and gosh, what if it's something bad? What if it's something, not just a bug? My mind goes there. But once again, I just have to take those thoughts captive, and it's not going to change anything if I stay up all night worrying about her. I gave her some ibuprofen, the fever broke, she's sleeping right now. Staying up and fretting doesn't change anything. That's what Jesus says, but it's also the truth. So, Jesus doesn't lie. So I just wanted to share that storm testimony. I'm just sitting here, and it's funny, like every now and then it's almost like we're in the eye of the storm, even though this isn't a hurricane, but it'll be so loud, and the racket just fills my home, and then it goes to nothing, and it's just complete peace. And I'm like, God, that's how I feel on the inside right now. I'm not afraid, and I'm not gonna let myself get worked up, and it's a really great feeling. And if you're struggling with fear and anxiety, there's perfect peace in Jesus. Like, he is peace. The peace that pass all understanding. It's real. It's not just like a saying. It's not just a cliche. It really is real. And I just wanted to invite you into that tonight. And if you're out there and you're struggling, it's okay. And it's going to be okay. And Jesus, I just release your peace. Whoever's watching, and I just thank you for the peace that you've given me in the storm. God, I thank you that you're the Father that calms the storm, and sometimes you just calm the storm in us, when it's raging around us. Sometimes we just have peace inside, and sometimes you calm the storm outside. And God, I just thank you that in whatever circumstance we are, that you are Lord. And wow, he's just really good, and he really is peace. And I can't say how I would feel if like a tornado was, coming down the bend or something. But baseball size hell, that's pretty intense. That's like tear up your cars, tear up your house. So so far I haven't heard anything. I've just heard rain and a lot of clattering of thunder. But I just wanted to share that testimony. I bless you today with perfect peace. Amen.